Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in this video I have a deck matchup for you. This time I'm playing Subterror. I'm not playing Eldlich, so the ladder reset. I'm ranking up again, and I'm already like in Plat 1 or something, but I've actually been climbing with Subterror rather than Eldlich, just to mix things up a bit. You know, people think, I don't want people to think I'm a one-trick pony who can only win with Eldlich or only play Eldlich. I want to attract some Subterror players to my channel as well. So yeah, in this game here, I'm playing Subterror against Eldlich, so yeah, control deck versus control deck. It's always fascinating to play. So let's get into it. I believe he wins the coin toss. No, well, we'll see. I forget. But yeah, Subterror is a fun deck. It's a control deck. I'll probably put out a deck profile later. But anyway. So yeah, he does go first. Lord set 3. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and pot of Extrav. Get my draw 2. You may notice that I am playing Witch's Strike. This is a format where Witch's Strike just wins games like single-handedly. And since Guru is a control deck, or Subterror is a control deck, makes plenty of sense to run Witch's Strike, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna Hidden City here to get Search off, but he's gonna Solemn Judgment. Worst use of Solemn Judgment, by the way. Like that's just like nonsensical. But whatever, he decides to Solemn Judgment. I'm gonna just normal Guru. Try to bop him on the head. He summons Wakaro, and he attempts to summon his Lord of the Heavenly Prison. However, I'm going to negate that with Fiendess. So I can't allow him to summon Lord, get a 3k body on the field, and also get a search, a spell trap search off the deck. So yeah, I definitely had to negate this. Anyway, so I set 3 and pass. Right. Guru has 1800 defense versus Wakaro's 1800 attack. It's not going to do anything. So he tries to remove my Guru using Eldlich, but I have Called by the Grave. Eldlich's worst nightmare, right? I do play 2 in this deck, but yeah. So he gets negated there. He's going to attack. I don't know if he forgot the defenses or he thought like they would both die, but that was kind of a nonsensical attack. So I get a free Fiendess search. He's going to search another Hawk Arrow. This guy's not very good, honestly. Like I don't know why he attacked or gave me a free search, but yeah, he's getting. And also, if he's setting Elixir from deck, why is he not setting Conquistador instead of Hawk Arrow? So like, part of me assume, oh, is this third card face down like Conquistador? I don't know. Like it's not clear, but anyway. So I'm gonna activate my Lord. So this is this a mistake on my part? Maybe. At some point I do make a mistake in this game, but it ends up not costing me the game. So he uses Elixir to grab his Eldlich, and I'm going to use Guru's effect to flip Eldlich face down. The reason I want to flip Eldlich face down because if Eldlich is face down, his Golden Land traps are dead. So he basically has to flip Wakaro now, which doesn't matter. He's just going to banish Fiendess, so that was kind of a waste of a card. So I'm going to flip Guru. I'm going to grab Nemesis Archer. I love this card so much. Like, I know Guru is like the main core monster of Subterror, but just read this freaking card right here. It's so funny. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's face down defense position monster and you control another Subterror monster, you can shuffle that opponent's monster into the deck. Like, how hilarious is that, right? It's a searchable Subterror monster. So I'm just going to normal Nemesis Archer battle phase. Nemesis Archer attacks Eldlich and shuffles him back into the deck. Eldlich player can't play if he doesn't have an Eldlich. So yeah, I'm gonna bop his Link Spider. I'm gonna leave his Walker on the field. I don't want to send his Golden Land traps to the graveyard unnecessarily, unless it's like, I'm gonna swing for game or whatever. So I'm gonna make him work for it. All right, so he goes into battle phase and he tries to bop my Guru. So for those of you who don't know, let's read Guru. Guru has 2 effects. When you flip, adds a Subterror card from deck to hand, right? He has another effect that says you can target a face-up monster on the field, change that monster and this card to face-down defense position. This is a quick effect if you control another Subterror card. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Guru and I'm going to flip Wakuro face down. For those of you who don't know, when trap monsters get flipped face down, they revert to being traps. So this guy has to set his Wakuro. And because it was set this turn, he can't even activate it this turn. He has to wait another turn to activate it. How hilarious is that? He's going to use his Lord. Okay, whatever. This guy's going to grab Guardian of the Golden Land. Don't play this card. It sucks. Unless it's like a festival. Where you like kind of have to. Alright, so he sets a card. Alright, so I make one mistake. So here's the mistake I should have made. What I should have done is I should have waited to use my Lord of the Heavenly Prison in main phase 2. Okay? Here's why. So I activate my Lord in main phase 1, but I should wait until main phase 2. So check this out. I flip Guru, and unbeknownst to me, he has a Solemn Strike. Okay, so I did not expect the Solemn Strike to come out here. Yeah, that kind of blindsided me, but I have a set Witch's Strike. So if he Solemn Strikes my Guru, Witch's Strike is live. However, there's 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prisons right now, one in both hands, that are protecting face down cards. So if I flip Witch's Strike right here, I can only destroy his Lord in hand. I cannot destroy his set cards. However, if I had waited to use my Lord, right, because Witch's Strike will destroy all his cards simultaneously, including his Lord, right, his Lord will not protect his face down cards. So this is a mistake on my part. But, you know, Witch's Strike is a Witch's Strike. I'm just going to use it to take out his Lord. So yeah, that was kind of a sad use of Witch's Strike and a big mistake on my part. I should have waited to use my Lord on main phase 2. I guess I just didn't conceive of that he would have Solemn Strike, because, I mean, this guy has been so ineffectual so far. Like, anyway, so he summons Walquero. I'm not going to attack, because why should I attack his trap monster? He wants it in the graveyard, right? Oh man, this is funny. Alright, so he's going to go ahead. Alright, another card you should not play in Eldlich. Elixir Black Awakening. This card sucks. Stop playing it. So I'm going to negate that with Fiendess, because I don't want him to get his Eldlich out. And then I'm going to chain Guru onto Walquero and flip it face down. So he basically has no Eldlich and no Golden Land traps. He summons this guy here, and then that's going to let me summon my Lord of the Heavenly Prison. And then I'm going to set Extrav. And then he's going to link into Imduck, just so that he can get that card into the graveyard and then search his Elixir next turn, right? This is just very funny to me, this game, right? Alright, so flip. I'm an Extrav, get my draw 2. Yeah, like, look at the card advantage I have. I have, like, 5 cards on the field versus 3, right? This is, like, it's so good. Like, Subterror is a very good deck. I don't think it's as good as Eldlich, but it's very good, like, on its own right. So I'm going to use, yeah, so anyway, Guru searches Final Battle. So let's go to battle phase. He's going to Gozen Match. Gozen Match forces me to keep 1 attribute. I'm going to keep Earth because, you know, my Lord of the Heavenly Prison did his job. I don't need it anymore. So swing for... So he's going to summon Walquero, and I'm not going to attack it, obviously. I'm just going to set 5. Now look at this board right here, right? I have 2 Solemn Strikes, Dogmatic and Punishment, D-Barrier, which, to be fair, D-Barrier does nothing against Eldlich, unless this guy, for some reason, plays DPE. Like, if he top decks Fusion Destiny, I have an answer, right? And I have Final Battle, which is just great card, right? So he's going to go ahead and get his Elixir. Alright, so check this out. So he's going to summon his Eldlich, but it's like he can't really do anything with it. So I'm going to use Guru to flip his Eldlich face down. So it's like, okay. He attacks my Guru first. I don't know why he's giving me free searches. This guy's kind of dumb. That's like so freaking random. He sets Conquistador, but Conquistador does nothing while Eldlich is face down. So, all right. So on end phase, I'm gonna use Final Battle to flip Archer face down. So then I'm gonna flip his Walquero face down again, and then I'm gonna summon one of my boss monsters, Subterror Behemoth Umastrix. So second ability on this card says when a face-up monster you control is flip face down and you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. So because I just flipped my Guru face down, I can now summon this card, and he's gonna flip Vanity's Emptiness. Also, another card that's not great to play in Eldlich because it sucks going second. It does nothing. It literally does nothing going second. So don't play this card, but it is good like in a best of 3. So. Okay, so I can't summon that, whatever, so I'm just going to flip Guru. I'm going to summon, get my Fiendess, right? I'm going to go ahead and get my Archer. Archer is going to bounce Eldlich back into the deck. And then I'm just going to attack. And he just surrenders, right? Like, I literally have him on lockdown, right? There's nothing he can do. If he summons an Eldlich, I'm just going to bounce it back into his deck or prevent the summon with Fiendess. And if he summons a Golden Land Trap, like Walquero, I'm just going to flip it face down and force him to reset it. It's hilarious. Also, the big Subterror monster I tried to summon from my hand, for those of you who didn't see, its flip effect says banish a monster on your opponent's field. So my goal was actually to flip this guy and get banish his Eldlich, so I don't have to deal with it anymore, right? But he stopped it with Vanity's Emptiness. I'm like, okay, fine, you can Vanity's Emptiness. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my contingency plan was just bounce Eldlich, and it was just funny. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Subterror is better than Eldlich, although that Eldlich player was not very smart, did not build well, and even so, like, I've made a huge mistake by flipping Witch's Strike. Well, I guess I flipped Witch's Strike at the right time. I used my Lord of the Heavenly Prison at the wrong time. But anyway, so yeah, been having fun with Subterror. Hope y'all enjoy. But yeah, there'll be a deck profile eventually once it gets to Diamond 1. Okay, so this is game 2 of Eldlich. Sorry, me being Subterror versus an Eldlich on Master Duel. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this Eldlich player wasn't very smart either. But yeah, it's very funny, some of the interactions between Subterror and Eldlich. For those who don't know, like, so skill drain can be played around if you have, like, let's say they have skill drain. So if you read this card, Subterror Final Battle, the 4th effect says, this turn, activated effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. So if skill drain's on the field, and I use this 4th effect, all my monster effects can activate, and they will not be negated by skill drain. So I'm not afraid of skill drain. So people want to say, oh, you only beat these Eldlich players because they didn't have skill drain. Not exactly. Anyway, so I do win the coin toss. I'm going to normal Guru and set 3 pass, right? Why do I normal and not set? Well, I have Final Battle. I kind of want him to attack me, and then I can flip, make Guru 3,400. But also it's like, you know, it's like I'm setting it, so it's like, you know, I'm not going to necessarily flip it, right? I don't know. I just feel like normal summoning might as well, right? Especially since I have Witch's Strike, it's like, and goes in matches, like, I'm completely comfortable with whatever he tries to do. But also, oh, sorry, the real reason I don't set is because Final Battle will allow me to make Guru's effect quick, so I can flip one of their monsters face down. But this dude just sets 5 passes, right? So end phase, I'm just going to flip Guru face down. Okay? So he goes and matches me. I'm just going to max C, because might as well get a draw. Hidden City's going to grab me Fiendess. So Eldlich, like, most of the time just summons once per turn anyway. Just max C on the first one. Like, doesn't matter. So flip Guru. I'm going to get a search. He's in a Torrential. I'm going to stop him. I don't want to lose my Guru. So I'm going to go ahead and lose this Fiendess. I'm going to get a second Fiendess. So for those of you who don't know, Fiendess not only has a negate effect, but there's a second effect that says, you can target one face of monster control, change its face on defense position, and if you do, special summon a Subterror monster from hand or graveyard, in face up or face down defense position. So I normal Fiendess. I use Fiendess to flip herself face down. I don't know why he's Waifu. Like, this guy is kind of a doofus. He's kind of a muppet. So because he summons, Maxi draws me a card, and then I'm gonna revive Fiendess, right? So there's 2 ways that Subterrors can recycle their cards from their graveyard. One is Fiendess, the other is Subterror Cave Clash, which I am not playing in this deck. So, yeah. So basically, like, with 2 Fiendess, and by the way, Fiendess's negate can also activate on the field, not just from the hand. So, yeah, you can just use Fiendess to revive Fiendess every turn, and you'll just have infinite Omni negates, right? So Hidden City's gonna flip my Guru. I'm gonna battle this dude, get 3,400 attack. Okay. Alright, now check this out. This is hilarious, by the way. You're going to love this. So he's going to set 2 cards, okay? He's going to go into end phase. So he's going to activate Waifu of the Golden Land, banishing itself from the graveyard to set his Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine to his field in the middle column, right? The spot he left open. And guess what I'm doing? I'm going to chain Guru, flip his card face down, and now he can't set Elixir from his deck anymore. Oh man, this is just funny, right? Like, you saw in the other replay that you can kind of troll Eldlich by just flipping their traps face down. Yeah, this is I just completely cucked him. So now Elixir is, you know, he doesn't have access to it, and every time he summons his Golden Lamash, I'm just gonna flip it back face down. And still end phase, I'm going to use Final Battle to flip Guru face up, just so I can get a search, right? Grab my Nemesis Archer, because lol. Just in case he does bring out his Eldlich, right? So, I'm going to flip Fiendess. He's going to use this card. And then, Guru's just going to flip it face down. and I'm gonna flip Guru back up, and again, this is just the most hilarious thing ever, right? Yeah, Subterror versus Eldlich is a very interesting matchup. Like Eldlich can obtain the upper hand, because they have a lot more traps, and their engine is, and they can run cards like Skill Drain, and completely ignore it. Subterror can play through Skill Drain, but it's kind of annoying, right? So yeah, it's just so funny. All right, guys, here we have the third game of Subterror versus Eldlich. So I've always said this: most players I run into on Master Duel who play Eldlich, are not very good. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to play Eldlich, and the reason is because they have a combo player mindset, right? Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. It's just like I just see people making so many terrible decisions and wrong plays. Like you'll see. So anyway, so he does win the die roll, and I do go first and have a solid opening hand. All right, he sets 4. All right, so I'm gonna draw for some reason, and I don't know why. On draw phase, he's gonna flip Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Like, what the hell? What's the point of this? I don't get it. Why prematurely bring out the Eldlich and make it like a target? So I decide, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to summon my Lord of the Heavenly Prison. So Lord of the Heavenly Prison can summon itself when any player activates a spell trap. So I decide, you know what? I'm just going to summon it here, go to battle phase, and just crash into him. Like, right? So he just randomly wastes Elixir for no reason. And now I can normal my Guru and set 4 and pass, right? So he's going to go ahead and use Eldlich to... What did he send? Oh, okay. He sent a Huaquero to summon itself at 3,500. Okay. He's going to battle phase. So on declaration, I'm going to use Final Battle. And Final Battle is going to basically make it so that Subterror effects cannot be negated this turn. And then I'm going to chain Guru and flip Eldlich face down. So yeah, a face down Eldlich is a useless Eldlich, unfortunately. He's going to use Elixir to grab Conquistador, but again, Conquistador does nothing if Eldlich is face down. So, anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip my Guru, and I'm going to grab Fiendess. So, why do I grab Fiendess? The reason I grab Fiendess is because, in my perspective, I already have Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Lord of the Heavenly Prison is a 3k beater that can run over Eldlich. Nemesis Archer is good. Like, I could have done the Nemesis Archer line. He's trying to bounce his Eldlich back, but I'd rather just kill it and just force him to keep spending cards to try to summon it from the graveyard, right? So I'm going to go to battle phase. He does flip Gozen Match. You always choose Earth. But it doesn't matter. Guru can run over Eldlich with Final Battle. So I'm going to do that. So he's going to use Huaquero to get his Elixir. Yeah, so the thing is, and this is another reason we like Dogmatic Punishment. Dogmatic Punishment is really good against Eldlich because the Eldlich monster is 2,500 attack, and then you can pop a back row if you send Entis, right? So he's just going to go straight to end phase for some reason. So I'm just going to flip my Guru face down. Then let's see. I draw D-Bear, which does nothing against Eldlich. I'm going to flip this. He's going to use Elixir, and I'm going to chain Maxi just to get a draw. Why not? So I have my Nemesis Archer. He's going to try to use Conquistador to pop my Guru, but he can't pop my Guru if I have Punishment and take out his Eldlich. So again, it's like, dude, I know your deck better than you do. Like, whatever you're trying to do ain't going to work. So he's just going to scoop because, yeah, he knows I have his number. Like, if he didn't scoop, I would have popped Eldlich. Then Entis would have popped one of his face downs, right? I would have normaled Nemesis Archer, taken out his Conquistador, or flipped it back face down. That would have been funny. But no, I don't want his Conquistador face down. Yeah, I would have just killed it, right? Swung. And then I still had a Fiendess. I still had another punishment for next turn. But yeah, this game was completely ogre. Like, the only way he would be able to stop me is if he had like a Torrential Tribute. But then I had Fiendess to negate that. But then, and then from there, he would have to either Solemn Strike my Fiendess, or if he's smart, he's running Witch's Strike, and he Witch's Strikes me, right? But either way, like, this game was ogre. Like, I don't know how this dude built his deck, but didn't seem very well, or he was just drawing terribly. But also he's just making really bad decisions. Anyway, so yeah, that was round 3 of Subterror versus Eldlich. Subterror is by no means better than the Eldlich deck. Eldlich is definitely the better control deck, but if the Subterror player knows what they're doing, and the Eldlich player either doesn't or you know isn't doesn't know the exact like again. This is what I keep telling people on my videos. Do not just shotgun your traps first chance you get. You really have to think about every single opportunity and point in the game to flipping traps because there is an optimal point. So people who say, "Oh, Eldritch Monkey Flip" or whatever the fuck, like they're just wrong because they clearly don't understand how to play control decks. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed. But yeah, this is always fun. Always funny to play against Eldritch players and just show them that I know their deck better than they do. So, all right, thanks for watching. Peace.